Alright, barbecue for Karma.
Oh shit.
Oof, this quality, dude. 480p? Come on, man.
Dude, where were you, dude?
It's 2018.
Alright, everybody reset. Coming back to
It looks like you started this 40 seconds in.
We're gonna do that again. They're not gonna expect. I swear. We don't even have the DVD. Fuck it up.
Who is this guy, dude?
Cause I'm doing the ML7 grenade.
ML7 grenade?
Alright, I'm gonna line it up. I'll tell you
What is it gonna be, a plat nade?
So when I
It's gonna have plat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, jump.
Yeah, what's a plat nade? Alright, you should be calling targets right now. That's like the #1 thing. Like, you guys are engaging your dive, and like target focus right now is the most valuable thing your team can have. You're just calling doom, 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 doom. Or like Ana, Ana. You guys could have shielded the Ana. Save your dash. Nice. You just need to get out, dude. Can't chase that kill. Oh, I'm surprised they didn't kill you. What is this Reaper doing? Yeah, I need to get out, dude. Yeah, you just needed to, like, die. Honestly, die or get out. It was too, See, that's like another...
I'm gonna just throw it in there.
That's what, like 10 seconds for you to respawn. Like 5 seconds you spent dancing around. 5 seconds that it'll take you to get back. That's 20 seconds. That's 2/3 of a team fight. You got a team fight every 2 seconds. Like, you want to think of your time as like a resource of team fights, right? Every 30 seconds is a team fight roughly that you can take. A team fight push that you can make, right? If you like, if you don't get picked instantly, then it might turn up to be a longer team fight. But if you get like picked or something happens, then it's 30 seconds is like the amount of time it takes to like get everyone together to get in and to like engage, right? So don't sag like that. Sagging like that is bad. I know you hear that it's bad, but it's really people say that everywhere because it really is bad.
What's it go over there?
Yeah, you want to just drop. You have to know where he is. Is your mic not recording, or are you just not calling anything? That's a good hit. Oh my god. Nice. Slow down. Slow down, take your shots and make them count. Your first shot is the most important one, right? So your first shot is the most important because every shot after that, the person's going to be looking at you and going to be like AD strafing and dodging you. So the first one is the one where they're the most predictable, and it's also the one where you can, consequentially get the most damage done, right? So like here with the Zarya engage. Oh, whoops. She's not aware that you're here, right? Until you shot this first one, and you just shot it off so fast. You didn't take the time to like read her like movements to predict where she's gonna be next. You were a little late here. You should have lined it up before she jumped. You lined it up as she was jumping, and you missed as a result, right? Because she's already dropping by the time you fire, right? And now she's aware of you. She's JK. She's like aware of you now, but now it's harder, and you missed 2 shots and hit 1 at like low charge on her body. So you could have had her down to like here. That's how much a charged shot, full charge shot to the head does. She like gets her to like nothing, and then she either uses a bubble, and you like get her before she like gets back to Ryan shield. If the Ryan makes a mistake, doesn't come up and shield her, or she doesn't have bubble. In that case, you just kill her. You can then you can just randomly just flick shot because it's just a tiny bit. But the first one's really important as Widow because it's when they're the most predictable. That was a good last side shot. Nice! You get that back. That was a good shot too. So you need to be telling your team to push right now because you just got to pick. We have spawn advantage and their Ryan's really low. So your job right now is to watch out for the Doomfist and not get picked, because the Doomfist is your biggest threat. Now Doom's dead, now you want to pick off the healers. That's great.
Go, go, push up. Reaper lit, Reaper lit. What?
They're still pushing for it. That means that you can't be here. If they like coming back from the point, this is like the worst place to be because you're shooting straight down, right? Ideally, I would stay at the bridge over there, until you're around here in terms of tick percentage, and or until like you're sure, until like you just team wiped, and then like if there's no way they're gonna come back. But if you're like killing them one by one and like it's possible for them to just like group up a little and stagger in and give you 2 ticks and come back for a retake, then you want to like stay in a position where it's hard for them to directly engage you and you still have a sight line of the whole point, which is in this point it's up there. It's back at the where you were before, the bridge. So you take it because they're dumb, but that's good. Your teammate talks too much, for my taste, but whatever.
Dude, this guy, you need to land his hook.
Oh wow, I can't. That was. All right. So first thing you do when you peek up here is you always check this, because the reason you just saw, Reaper can hide up there, Genji can hide up there, Sombra can hide up there, Monkey and D.Va can hide up there, and they almost always almost always will be someone in this position, and if you scope in, like right here next to them, you will just get one shot. I'm surprised the Reaper didn't one shot you. He was a little bit too like hasty, and he just kind of went for like
Dude, this guy, you need.
yeah, he shot at you the second he peeked. If I were him, I would have just crouched up, waited for you to stay in scope, and then just walked up to your face and one shot you. Yeah, he got you for 100, 12 damage. He could have one shot you. Yeah. You also want to put a mine there. There's not a ton of super good places to put mines from that position, but that's a decent one. It's okay. Just because it prevents Genjis from like dashing up to the side. They have to dash directly into you if they want to engage you. Nice.
You?
Okay, so that's another huge opportunity for you. You guys just D.Va bombs, right? So that means that everyone near the D.Va bomb is going to search for cover and stand perfectly still for you to take a perfect headshot. So look, you should have looked for the person who was standing still tied from the D.Va bomb, which is Zarya. You could have basically one-shot her if you had lined that one up.
You?
You just heard barrier destroyed, so you should be trying to capitalize and pick off the Ryan while he has no shield.
Go in there once and I'll give you...
What? Why did you go? Okay. You just heard that their barrier was destroyed. You can just stay in main and shoot through the Ryan because the Ryan doesn't have shield. There's no need for you to come back up here. I mean, in general, this is a good angle, but not if the Ryan's shield's broken. Then it's fine to just stay next to your back line.
We'll save it next. Grab, shatter, lesson, reroll.
In general, don't shoot at people when you're trying to get out like that. If you're trying to get out, just get out. If you're trying to kill someone, right? But like, you don't do both at the same time. Right now, okay, so even if you got that pick, it doesn't matter because you guys just got D.Va just died, which means that by the time it takes D.Va to get back here, the Ryan will already be like out of spawn and just walk like 5 meters and be on point, right? So it doesn't even matter if you get that kill. Also, it's a Ryan, you're not going to kill him. So it's much more advantageous to just not show your position. A better team would have been like, like the Ryan would have been like, Widow just shot at me from left side, Widow's left, and then their flankers would have just pushed you and killed you because you're 130 HP.
Yeah, they did. You can look at it at the top right. Not anymore. That's how D.Va got out of the mech.
Okay, let's take a second to look at the comps here. Pharah, Widow, DPS, and then dive with Ana Moira. Okay, so your backline's terrible because like there's just very little peeling that can happen. Like yes, it's going to be hard for like a Tracer or Genji or something to dive your backline, but it's also going to be hard for your backline to kill them. At the very least, they'll just put pressure on it. The problem with backline, that's why like Ana Lucio is run, and that's why Ana Brig is run. Because with like Ana Lucio and Ana, Ana Lucio is like not really as much, but like Ana Brig, for example, like the Ana like doesn't ever have to like stop healing the team, right? The Brig just deals with the Tracer, zones her out, and just throws a health pack to Ana like every 5 seconds. It's impossible to kill Ana as a Tracer if there's a Brig, right? With Lucio does a lot of damage, and Lucio, more importantly, Lucio boops Tracer and Sombra out of their preferred ranges, which makes it really hard for them to like one clip on her or something. With this, like Mora sucks at her a little bit. You have to land asleep for like there to be a real threat to like a flanker here in the backline. So this is not a great combo. Also, it's 2 main heals. They're both competing for the same ult charge, and you don't have a defensive ult for Grav. So you guys are gonna get shafted by Grav. They are running Ana Moira 2, which means they don't have defensive ult, which is way worse for them. This is okay on offense. This is not okay on defense, because on offense you guys should just switch to a combo like Nano Genji or Zarya with anything, and you guys win this automatically, because you just need to charge your ultimates and then push in with it. Like they literally can't do anything. Right now you guys are playing pick-based dive, right? 2 inconsistent damage dealers and dive, right? Neither of your DPS dive with your tanks, right? Both of your DPS do damage from far away. So right now you're basically depending on your tanks to finish off kills, right? Which is going to be really hard because they're running double main heals. Right? They have Moira, who has like fucking insane burst healing, and then Ana, who has fucking insane burst healing, which stacks with Moira's fucking insane burst healing. So there's no way you're killing any of the tanks here. She has cleanse too. Like Nade can't do anything to her. So Reaper has fade. You guys dive Kree. That's like that's what you get. Maybe Kree. I'm gonna find it difficult to like what happened. The way you get picks here right now is you have to pop off. That's like the only way. Because what, she's gonna land a direct and it's gonna get insta healed. She's gonna like go in for like a close engage. McCree's gonna stun her, flash her, kill her. Zarya's gonna bubble whoever your tanks dive. Like your comp is totally countered by their comp. I would have gone Sombra here actually. That's at least you have like a combo or something. If your tanks aren't willing to switch off dive. Yeah. What else? Yeah, honestly, like look at it. So here, I'll walk you through my thought process in this analysis, so you can try to follow it for yourself, right? I look at their comp, right, and I look at like what it's missing, right? They're missing a projectile, right? But it's okay because Reaper has this kind of like unique role of being like a flanker / heavy damage dealer, like heavy burst damage dealer. So you guys are covered against far with hit scan, and Reaper like does the projectile role in terms of like kind of countering the tanks, right? The tanks can't just come in and like not and like bully people because like there's no like Junkrat or far or Reaper, but because we have a Reaper here. So like the DPS lineup here is fine. The Zarya Ryan lineup is obviously it's like this is standard. The problem here is Moira. So this is what's not standard, right? Moira and Ana, right? So what's the weakness here? Like why there's obviously a reason why this isn't a standard comp, and the reason is A, they both compete for the same ult charge, and B, they don't have a defense. Actually, that's the more important one, is that they don't have a defensive ult, right? So let's just go with an ult combo. The answer to the enemy not having a defensive ult is going with an ult combo. So you guys should just fucking switch instantly to Zarya, Ryan Zarya, or I don't know, like Genji and Sombra or something, or you can EMP and then Blade with Nano or something. You just team wipe them, especially because it's Anubis. It's a 2CP map. Anubis, the second point of 2CP, almost always requires a combo ult because it's so easy to stall because of the spawn advantage. So they can just go, after they die, they can just go like Tracers. They already have Reaper, Tracer, Mei, Reaper. What else? Like Monkey, especially if he has ult, Hammond, Doomfist, and they just stall the Lucio. They stall shit forever. Moira, they already have Moira. Yeah, this like they'll stall this for fucking forever if you guys don't combo them. So, like, second point 2CP, you just almost always want to be running a combo ult. You need to have Graph, or you need to have, like, a Nano Blade, or something like that. Like, EMP Bomb, something big. Well, right now, you don't have any combos. What's the combo? Like, Nano Monkey? It's not a combo ult. It does a lot of damage, but it's honestly, like, they could probably out-heal Nano Monkey. Like, just straight off their primaries. Nano Barrage, maybe. Maybe. You guys don't have... it required your diva to DM the Pharah. It's kind of a lot of coordination. I don't know. Right now, your best bet is Nano Barrage. So I took a while talking about the comps, but hopefully, like, that helped you a little bit. That's the process you want to go through. It's not really like the specifics that it talks about. It's like, oh, what's weird about their comp, and then how can we exploit that? You know. Anyway, all right. So honestly, the only way to win this right now, if Nano Barrage doesn't work, is you just need to like get like 3 picks. That's kind of the only way, just because the way your comp is.
Fair, go in there on the right. Go in there on the right. Oh, wait a minute. Go in there, Fair. Go in there, Fair.
Right. Also, I'm talking about your aim for a sec. Right now, it looks like you're kind of just waiting for someone to come into your crosshair, and then like micro flicking sometimes and trying to get them. I would recommend trying to practice a little bit larger flicks.
Fair, go in there on the right. Go in there on the right. Oh, wait a minute.
Let's look at this. Speed.
Go in there, Fair. Go.
Okay, so you're like getting the enemy near your crosshair, and then you're trying to like predict when they're gonna cross it. And oh wow, you were actually on the Moira, and then you flicked off her. Drag up. So okay, you're this is consistent. You're a little bit late. You're just firing late. Your aim, I think, is fine. I mean, I've seen that your aim is pretty good, for your rank, but you're just firing late. Like, I don't know if it's a mental thing. I would go into free for all and just work it out. You're like, record a bit of yourself, just like aiming and stuff, and figure out why you're firing late. If it's what I think it probably is you're waiting to like mentally confirm that your crosshair is on the hero before you click. You can't do that. Sorry, excuse me. You can't like wait for your crosshair. You can't like wait till you see your crosshair on their head and then click, because the base movement speed in Overwatch is too high, and because human reaction time is too slow for you to do that. So it's just not possible. You kind of just need to flick. Like, you take this image in your head, and then you calculate, like, it's not conscious, but like this is what your subconscious is doing. You're just calculating the distance between point A and point B. This is how people like catch balls and, you know, fucking whatever. It's you just take this snapshot, you calculate this distance, and then you flick. You make this flick, right? And so being a good flick shooter is dependent on how fast you can make this process, right? Because the faster it is, the more accurate it is, because this dot hasn't moved as much from its original position when you snapshotted it. And then how accurate your like line drawing is with your that was a terrible line. How accurate your line drawing is with your cursor or your crosshair, right? So you're firing late. Your shots are, everything's like fine except that you're firing a second too late, and it might be because you're waiting for confirmation, like visual conscious confirmation. You need to not do that. Just trust that that your target's going to be on target because you've practiced it. If you don't have the trust, you practice more, right? Practice until you get the trust in yourself, and then you just believe in yourself that you hit the shot, and then you go for it.
Oh my god, you stepped in front of me.
There you go. That one's better. So at this point, like, I would have fallen back like 2 seconds before you turned around. I mean, time to kill is way lower in my games. So you want to, you know, like be dealing as much damage as possible, but just be careful. It's so easy to get caught out as Widow, and right, like your main priority is to stay alive because you're zoning them out. I mean, Anubis' second point isn't even really a good point for Widow because there's so many pillars and shit for them to hide behind. So right now you're like getting picks and doing damage. You need to be getting at least 1 or 2 picks, before your Winston dives in. Like if you're not doing that, then you're like not really doing your job. That's kind of like you play Widow to get picks, right? So that's what it is. You need to be getting picks. If you can't get picks and you're just getting consistent damage in, then just switch to Soldier. Or like Reaper or Kree or Tracer. Yeah, see, like that was a 10-second window for you to get at least 1 pick before like the enemy retaliated and you guys engaged, and you didn't get anything. So at this point, I would just switch off Widow. Like it means that it's not working. Like something's not working. Like it's either your team is not applying enough pressure on them for like, I don't know, for people to be making mistakes. So you, like positioning mistakes, so you can catch them off guard, or your aim is just not like up to par, or their comp is like specifically countering you. It's always one of those things, but. So you want to use this ult before your team uses ultimates, right? This Visor is like wall hacks. That's, you know, like what's Visor? It's wall hacks, right? But what does it like do? Right? It gives your team an informational advantage over the other team, right? There's a gap in information, right? I'm just gonna check that I'm still recording. Sometimes it like stops. Okay, there's a gap in information, right? Now your team knows where everyone in the enemy team is, but the enemy does not know where everyone in your team is, right? So you want to use this before your team engages. And by your team, I mean your tanks. Before your tanks engage, because your tanks can use this information to find out where the best place is to engage, right? If the Ana is alone in the backline, we now know that, right? And we can dive her. If the Kree is caught out overextended, we now know that, so we can jump on him, right? If you just use this, like, I didn't see anything that prompted this, right? You didn't press tab and check that we had ultimates. You didn't press tab and check that we had people alive. You didn't even look back and check that we had people alive to capitalize on this, right? You don't use wall hacks for yourself at all. Like, the only time, like, you could conceivably think of using wall hacks for yourself is if the enemy team has wall hacks on offense and you pop it on defense to counter it, and in that case you're kind of using it for yourself, so you don't have to like hide in a corner from the Widow. But just popping wall hacks on offense like this, especially when the enemy team is all together invisible and like no one's hiding or setting up for everything, is kind of a waste of wall hack. Yeah, and also the Rhine shield is nowhere close to being broken, which means that you should not be in front of it. You should be to the side of it, right? You can only be in front of the Rhine shield if it's close to being broken, or like you guys are planning something like a shatter or something to take down the Rhine shield. Because as long as it shields up, you're literally doing nothing. If you're just gonna fire shots into the shield, you might as well play Junkrat. Yeah, see, you got nothing out of your wall hack there. So it looks like you might have just used your wall hack because you wanted to switch, which is okay. That's fine.
100 HP.
So now you're running Kree with still dive tanks. Kree Junkrat with dive tanks. This is terrible because no one can peel for your backline. And your tank line, your front line won't have enough damage to finish people still.
I fucked up, man.
Also, you guys just like aren't organizing a team. Like no one's calling out like an engage. You guys are kind of just like running in one by one, which is like terrible. That was good. There you go. You don't chase that. You can't chase that. You can't chase that. There you go.
We're kind of forgetting what kind of comp we're running.
It's big. Big! That was a good stun and right click. So I need to hear focus calls right now. This Reaper's to the left. That was a bad stun. You could have got him. There you go.
Hey, let's go. I gotta go pee.
Alright, let's look again at how you won that.
I fucked up, me.
Alright, we won this off this Reaper pick. Right? I don't think he killed anyone too.
We're kind of
Okay, so
forgetting what
we
kind
broke
of
his
comp-
barrier. That's really good. Self-struck zoned them out. Okay, we used Tire and you got a right click on the Moira. That's how we won it. Yeah. So, Tire's one ultimate that doesn't need a combo because he can fucking find people and do a shit ton of burst damage. So this was a good answer to that comp, right? Like, only problem is you also feed them like more ult and nano like all the time, but it's fine. Okay, so that's like not really a good place to be. It's okay. This is an okay place to be. You're kind of behind your healers though, so you're not gonna get heals. I would have just stood here, and someone's gonna try to sneak on point, right? Because they don't want to engage on point until someone sees them, because they want to stall it for as long as possible. Someone's just gonna try to walk in here, right? Like this Reaper's doing, right? And he's shooting people because they saw him. But if no one saw him, he would have just walked up like straight into someone's face and try to one shot them, right? So what you do is you just sit here, wait for someone to walk past here, and then right click, stun right click them, just stun combo them. That's ideally what you want to do. When you're capturing a point like this, you want to have people at each entrance. Your tanks are at the right entrance, so you should be helping guard the left entrance. As long as you don't know, like if someone was behind, if there's like a tracer behind, then like this is okay place to be because you want to you want to guard like this entrance, the one that you're on right now, that like main entrance, but there isn't, so you want to hold this, right? And if you were standing right here, you would have landed the stun and killed the Reaper, right? It's very lucky that you got off before the Reaper get back, but if they had one more person who had stalled a little bit longer or something, this Reaper would have gotten back, and then it would have been more of a headache, right? Press tab, man. Come on, press tab. Nice. So that's what you want to be doing. You want to keep getting a pick at every fight. The beginning of every fight. Ooh, okay, so really, really common to run. What am I saying? It's really, really common to run Widow on offense. So you kind of need to assume that they have a Widow until like you can see their team at 45, and you need to be like really careful, right? Because their Widow, if you're looking at someone else while the Widow grapples to top a bridge and peeks you, then you will instantly die. Which is basically what happened. Like, number one thing when you're playing Widow on defense is to not die to the Widow on offense. I'm coming back. that took you a little bit too long to line up, but why not be sure? Yeah, she's like shafting you. General, you died at the enemy widow twice, right? Unless it's like if you like die, if you lose the enemy widow 1v1 twice, just switch off. Yep, there you go. Preferably just something that can counter. So this, I like this swap. You guys are now running Genji Pharah. I don't like that you don't have a hit scan. It's okay though. And a Junkrat, so you're running solo tank Orisa, Zen Ana. They don't have a main tank. They're running double off tank on Moira, Genji, Widow. Right, so now we have two weird things. This, right? So this is okay-ish for offense because they can just bait your combo ults with the dry push and then come in with like Nano Blade or something. Or like grab Diva Bomb. So one good thing about this comp is that they have two combinations, which is really, really big for them. You have like two kind of team wipe-ish ults. This is more of a team wipe ult. This is like a team fight win ult, because if you get two with Junkrat Tower, what are you gonna do? Again though, you guys don't really have a combo, which is like, even though they can like dry push a combo, it's, you play the combo right, you can keep farming ults off the same combo. So yeah, not having, I guess you have a Nano Blade. You know what? So this is okay. It's okay. You have Nano Blade. You can nano. They have 3 squishies. You can just play the 3 squishies every time, right? And then you can tire every other fight. So you can rotate between. So you also want to have 2 ults that can like kind of win a team fight for you just off using them. Two ult or ult combos, and you want to rotate them because it's usually like 2 fights to get an ult, right? So Junkrat uses the tire to win 1 fight. Well, you're at 50% ult, then you get you and Ana get Nano Blade. You use that. Junkrat gets tire during those fights. You just rotate it. Yeah. You'll have Zen, so this is a good counter to their only team wipe ult, which is Nano Blade. Actually, which is to their. I guess this is the scarier one. Like this is like. You guys don't have a Grav or a Zarya. You also don't have a Rhino or Zarya though. So this is scary too in this situation. But if you have a Rhino or Zarya, like Grav Diva is not that like threatening. Yeah. I don't know. So okay, back to what I was talking about. So you want to look at this comp, look at what's weird, and try to focus it. So the main thing that's weird is they don't have defensive ult. So you want to get a combo. You want to rotate these combo ults, and then they don't have a main tank, which means that you guys are going to be farming ults faster than them because they won't be blocking damage, right? Almost all their damage will be like actually connected, right? Like will be real, like true damage, right? And then secondly, they like don't have an engager. So the thing, like main tanks, they like shield usually, but they engage. Like Ryan charges in, or Ryan shatters, or Ryan just like pushes forward to make space to engage, right? Neither of these tanks can do that. Like Diva can you can bubble Diva and then like push her in, but she's still gonna get melted so fast. In general, yeah. So right now, like your goal here is just win off spam because you guys have 2 projectile like spam heroes, and then Genji who's also like kind of spammy. So you guys just like sit behind, or I guess Pharah can like rotate, and you should be rotating too. But Junkrat just sits behind Orisa's shield and spams them down. The Zarya's gonna be fucking high energy, so the rest of you guys want to fucking focus her as much as possible. But if you spam them down, like one Junkrat nade makes it impossible for any of these heroes to push, right? Because they need to fall back, heal up, and then come again, right? So you land one Junkrat nade every like 5 seconds on a squishy, and they'll never be able to push, right? Until they get like ults. So, and by then your Junkrat will obviously have ult. So that's kind of how you want to play this. And Junkrat plus Pharah just spamming the same space, it's like insta kill like half the time. So that's how you want to play this. You just want to play the spammy with this comp. So I actually like this. This is like okay for this to counter this. So I expect to see you guys hold decently.
Or run a Sombra.
So you don't take that fight. There's neither of you getting anything from taking that fight. Yes, you just walk past him. That's good. I would have tried. I would just waste a reflect for that. Honestly, you can reflect that and then go in on to or on that. I should have bubble anyway. Okay, your Zen's dead. That's really, really bad. Your Orisa's about to die.
You have an auto now. You're not.
Orisa. Oh, big tire. Yep. Yeah, they're probably gonna clean this one out. Your Zen's about to die. 3, 2, 1.
I almost have trans.
We now know Tracer. So we switch to Tracer off far, I assume. So yeah, you need to call focus here. Like, there you go. Terrible fucking. They just lost four people, right? Someone died before this too. Yeah, and they just came back, and solo Moira ulted for damage. Moira does like very little damage, like not a lot, honestly. Especially like when you don't have perfect tracking. Like that's a terrible fucking ult use. Don't use general rule here. General rule for every game, every situation, you don't use ults when the fight is already the outcome of the fight is already decided, right? We have already won this fight. Like doesn't matter if they fucking grab Moira ult. Like we can still like fucking take this without using ults. Because we have so much advantage, man advantage and spawn advantage. Like you don't use ults when the fights are decided. So major thing is in lower ranks, people don't know that. They want to use ults because they're kind of tunnel vision to their own game. They'll be like, oh, if I pop my ult here, I can kill this Tracer, right? Like I can get a kill. That's good. Getting a kill is good, right? That's like how people think. And or they know that like you shouldn't use ults when the fights are decided, but they don't know when the fights are decided, right? So that's another skill you kind of have to learn. Trying to like being able to see when the fight's decided. Like this is a huge problem like I see in your guys' games, in scrims and like your outlet games, is you guys fight for too long because you can't tell when the fight, like the outcome of the fight is, right? Like GM players, if we go in and we lose one, right? And like we don't have ults or we can't bring them back with res, we just fall back instantly. Like no one dies, no one else dies, we just immediately disengage, or like some people die just die on card or something, right? And then we take another fight strong because you want to always fight with the advantage. It's the golden rule of Overwatch. Take fights that you have the advantage in. You know, you sneak up to a Widow and kill her instead of just shooting at her from like a million yards away as Tracer, right? Because you want to take the fight at the advantage, the information advantage. You know that she's there and she doesn't know that you're there. Every sort of like decision in Overwatch is based on, every competitive game is based on taking fights that you have the advantage in, right? And not taking fights that you have a disadvantage in. So keep that in mind. That's a lot more like general theory stuff, but it's like really, really, really applicable. It's like one of the major things that separates like lower ranks from higher ranks is the ability to tell the outcome of a fight and then to like act on it, right? There's like so little waste in pro games. There's so little waste. They don't like waste ultimates. They don't like waste a position. They don't waste time. It's because the less you waste, the more advantage you have. Or I guess it's not even that. It's the more you waste, the more advantage you give to the enemy. Good. So right, yeah. Okay. So let's talk about first thing about what your job is here, right? In this comp, so you're running Tracer Junkrat right now, I think. Tracer Junkrat Genji, right? So you have a decent amount of burst damage, a decent amount of consistent damage, and your job right now, so it should be decided, right? Either you or Tracer, probably Tracer because Tracer's a little better at it, should be harassing the backline, right? So let's say Tracer's harassing the backline. Junkrat's dealing burst damage and charging his ult, right? Your job is to capitalize on the burst damage from Junkrat. Junkrat lands a nade on someone, you fucking dash through them and get that kill. So I mean, like you're doing this well right now, but you should be knowing what your job is, right? And your job is also to farm blade as fast as possible for the nano blade combo. And you should be communicating to your Ana that you are doing that, and so she doesn't waste blade on someone else, because nano blade combo is fucking huge. It's literally fucking impossible to kill a nano Genji. Like, it's just Jesus Christ, dude. Anyway. Like you can stun right click him and he just fucking just gets up and slash dashes you. Anyway, so Nano Blade is really strong. Recognize what your role is, and so this is the hierarchy. Is look at your team comp, look at the enemy comp. Are you on the right hero? Yes or no? No, if no, switch to the right hero. If yes, move on. Then it's look at the comp. What's my role? Am I a finisher? Am I a flanker? Do I harass the backline? Do I harass their widow? Do I just counter their carry? What's my role? What's my role in terms of ultimates? Is there an ult combo that I need to communicate with and like farm as fast as possible? Like if my Zarya is at like 80% grav, I'm like 50% dragon on Hanzo. I need to fucking be aggressive and get my fucking dragon up, and I also cannot die, so I need to be really careful. So that's like something that you need to. Yeah, so you're gonna be focusing like tanks, right? Not if you're like 50 on dragon and your Zarya has 80 on grav, and you're trying to like duel a Genji in their backline, you're fucking throwing. Like you need to just be shooting tanks with Storm Barrel to get your fucking ult combo up. Like recognize what your role is and just do it. That's kind of what it is. People who just like play on autopilot, like, oh, there's someone here who's red, let's shoot him. That's like why people stay stuck in lower ranks. You need to think while you're playing.
I would have did.
Alright, I'm gonna try to critique your play more instead of giving more general advice, because I've been doing that more. Honestly,
I made it, dude.
I'm like not that much better of a Genji player than you, so like there's like not a lot in terms of mechanics that I can say. I'm just gonna focus on your engagements and your target priority. So D.Va here. So I would pick a goal here. Your pick a goal is, am I waiting for my Junkrat to get a mine and then I'm diving off of that, or am I farming my blade, right? Like what's more important to you right now? Depends on what your Ana's ultimate is at, right? So if your Ana doesn't have nano, is not close to nano, right? Then you want to go for try to get these finishing kills, because that's how you're gonna win a fight. If your Ana has nano, right, then it doesn't even matter if your Junkrat dies. Like half the team does. If you can get nano nano off on you and you have blade, then you can team wipe. So press tab, look at what your Ana's ult charges, and do that, right? So I would have maybe farmed this D.Va, because I think your Ana has nano. She nano tracer last push, so she's probably close. Yeah, at this point you're kind of just looking for a 1v1 in the backline, which is not good, but I like this. I like that you wait. Okay, you should have been ready. You should have been ready for that E. If you deflected that E, you would have you could have stayed in here and pushed and killed her. And you gotta have to get out. Woohoo! That was dirty. Well played. So, yep. There you go. So, super good. You're just playing your role as a finisher, and now you have blade off that too, so which is great. Try to finish this D.Va. Perfect. You leave her. Your tracer shouldn't have killed her. That was fucking stupid. So I like this. Yeah, you're playing really well. Oh, let's look at that really quick. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Maybe I didn't forget. Maybe she switched to more to stall. I thought you guys had to add a... Yeah, you did have... Yeah, she switched to more to stall. That's what happened. So you don't have Nano Blade, which sucks now. You don't have a combo ult. So in this case, you want to blade with your Zen, especially because he's in a duel with you. Whenever your Zen's pressured, someone like they dive your Zen, he'll trance, and you can blade and kill whoever's diving him. That's what I would do. That's like B-Blade or Transblade is like a combo too, because it makes you pretty much unkillable. Same thing as Nano. It makes it harder for you to get those like one-shot dashes, but it's still better than no combo. So you kind of want to hold your blade for that. Fuck. Let's go back really quick and look at their enemy. So they're still doing the same thing. They have Nano Blade. I don't think they've used Nano or Blade, right? They use Mario ult. Now they have a Hanzo, so they definitely have Grav. They'll probably have Hanzo soon. And they have Diva Bomb. I think they do have Diva Bomb. So this is this next push. When they have like 4 ults, it means that they're gonna push hard with ults. So you need to be. If you like know you can get a pick on one of the supports or one of their backline, then you need to be super aggro and do that. Ideally coordinating with your tracer. Because right now, because they have so many ultimates, a pick on someone with a team wipe ultimate is huge, right? So this getting a pick on this Ana who has Nano is like ideal right now. Yeah, or you can kill the Zarya, but Zarya is like way harder for you to kill as Genji. So right now your target's Ana. So like depending on like the state of the game, right? Where people are and what ults you have and what ults they have, that's like one thing that determines target focus, right? As well as, you know, who the enemy is. But because their Ana is Nano and Nano is part of a team wipe ult that they have, like they could just use everything right now and wipe you guys. Like they don't even have to like save shit. Like they have so much shit. They could just Nano Blade, waste trance, and then grab Diva Bomb combo. Or they could grab Diva Bomb combo and then kill people through the trance and then Nano Blade. Like it doesn't even matter. Like and their Hanzo will have an ult by the end of that to spam close out one of your doors. Like that's I would just fucking go for it right now if I were them. So you need to get a pick right now. I would actually Blade as they're engaging for this. Like it has to be like right as their tanks separate from their backline, because that's like about when like they're gonna ult. Yeah, you need to get a pick even if you have to use Blade to do it. Huge. Now they have to wait. Okay, so you need to tell your team to push out on this. That Genji was 1. You could have finished him with dash. Huge. So now you need to keep pushing this. You need to so instead of falling back, because they just lost 2 and you guys have 6. This is a 4v6. Answer me. Do you think a 4v6 is winnable? No. A 4v6 with spawn advantage. Is it winnable? No. Why is this Diva here? The Diva here the Diva is here because this Diva is not thinking. Right? Now this Diva is gonna get staggered, and ideally a better team at least would stagger this baby Diva fucking hard. Just get up to her face and sleep her. And just make her walk back to her team or something. And then waste another like 20 seconds of their time. That's a fucking team push right there. That you guys just won just by staggering this Diva. This Diva is fucking stupid right now. If she does not get out. She needs to fucking DM herself and get the fuck out right now. Okay. Also, I guess it's more acceptable to do that because you guys aren't like communicating. Again, in my game, I would have called, this Diva's fucking pushing it. We're 6v4. Let's clean them up, right? And then your entire team just pushes up, kills the Diva, kills the kills the Ana, kills the Hanzo, just cleans up. Like I don't know why like there's kind of this like mental like barrier between like the enemy side of like a point or something. Like here's like Anubis, right? Right? Like we're so scared to go here, right? Like why are we so scared to push the space? I mean, obviously, like, it's not good to get caught out there because that's kind of where the line is between, like, being on your side and their side. But if you're at a 6v4, like, it's fine. Like, being, like, 10 meters away from the nearest health pack is, like, not going to kill you. You can push out to fucking... What is it? You can push out past around, like, your mega. Like, the line where your mega is. You know, like, there's a mega over here in this, like, house. You can push out to here if you have the advantage. So, again, the rule is... I've said this to you guys before, but the rule is... Oh shit, my Uber's here. The rule is you get a pick and you guys have an advantage. You push up for 10 seconds because respawn's 10 seconds. So you have 10 seconds to get another pick. If you get another pick, you push up for another 10 seconds. You can keep staggering them and staggering them and staggering them, preventing them from ever getting an actual real team fight. Otherwise, if you don't get another pick within the 10 seconds, you just fall back. So it looks like you guys just used Altus fight. Oh shit. I'm gonna stop recording.